This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Greetings and salutation, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. In the last episode, we turned Mikkel from the dark side, or at least partway through the middle after fighting the old Sith Lord. Then we ran into Lashao and decided to help her get the holocron, but we were too nice and decided to let her keep the holocron, knowing full well we won't get the credit. But we have other ways of earning prestige. I mean, we don't know for sure, but we have a pretty good idea that that's going to happen. And then we decided to go into Agentapal's tomb to find the sword. We've been given a choice by Agentapal to figure out which sword is his, so we can earn his sword as well as not incur his wrath. But we know what the answer is, if you've been reading the clues correctly. Let's go to the Sith statue to find out. Place the sword in the statue. Well, from everything we've read on all the stuff, the Sith steel sword has the dark circle, which is the only thing that really comes close to the puzzle. That because the Silverline sword I think was like fire, and that one was like a different thing or whatever. But anyway, we wanted to put the notched steel sword inside. The sword sets itself in the stones as if it belongs there. And we did, and we lost the item. Aw, but if we go back to Agentapal and talk to him.
Yes, that is the one. That is the blade that destroyed me. Take it. Take it and the other blades even. Take them and go. My darkness awaits me.
Poor Agentapal. He gave into the dark side, but apparently after death, even as a Sith spirit, he regrets what he did. Well, I guess maybe it's because he's free of his body's shackles, so he doesn't feel the full influence of the dark side or something like that. But you know, there's no need for you to remain here, is there? You've done everything you were meant to do, right?
No need? What choice have I?
You can return to the light side and end your torment.
Return? But I betrayed my old masters. They would never let me return to the light side. It is too late. Too late.
Everyone can be redeemed, and that was centuries ago. They couldn't have come back anyway. I don't believe the light side will turn you away. You have suffered long enough.
If I could return... Oh, my master, it has been so long, and I regret so much.
And for convincing Agentapal to turn to the light side, we get light side points, experience, and we get Agentapal's... Ah, nuts. Okay, there we go. I was like, I don't know what to look for. Agentapal's blade. A really good double blade weapon for your non lights or non Jedi characters. Physical 5 to 15 plus 2 fire, attack modifier plus 5. So a really decent weapon. Held by the Dark Jedi even before he fell to the dark side. This may be one of the few truly personal items owned by Agentapal and remains as thoroughly corrupt as he. Don't really read into that. All it is flavor text. It doesn't actually do anything to you. Although you really don't want to use this as your Jedi character anyway, because you get better items. This is actually a pretty good blade to give to not Bodar. I don't know why I was thinking. Zalbar. Bodar's the Wookiee from Old Republic. Zalbar can use it. It's actually one of. It's not the best blade you can give him Zalbar, but it's one of the ones you can get pretty easily. The best blade you can get to him, we'll get to that eventually, but you have to pay for that one. But yeah, I would give this, if you don't have the money, you don't want to mess with it, give that to Zalbar if you've been kind of playing along with me and everything like that. So anyway, let's head out there, and I think we've done everything we can. Now all we can do is go to Uthar and turn in our prestige, and hopefully we've earned enough to get inside Naga Sadow's tomb. Whoops, had a little glitch there. You can hear the sound glitches off in the background. Alright, let's get... Wait, who's that? I didn't see you come in before. Shardan, huh? Or Shard... whatever. What are you doing
I saw
here?
you come in here, and I rather figured you'd make it all the way to the sarcophagus. Good to see I wasn't wrong.
Shardan, or Shardan, what do you want?
Isn't it obvious? I've been hoping that someone would do the dirty work in retrieving the sword of Agentapal for some time. It's been quite a wait.
Oh, typical. Always ready to jump at what they perceive to be the easiest path.
Warning. Touch the Master's blade and lose an arm, meatbag.
Now that you have it, I just thought I'd relieve you of it. It must be quite a burden after all.
I love HK piping in. Basically, he just talks about murder every time you someone insults you. No, I don't know what you're talking about. What sword?
Nice try. I may not know what the sword looks like, but I'm no gullible fool. I'm not about to pass up a chance to impress Master Uthar. I may like you well enough, but being a Sith is all about taking chances when the moment is right. So make it easier on both of us. Hand over the sword.
Oh, you're not a gullible person, huh? Well, what if I don't?
Isn't it obvious? You die. Rule of the Sith. Only the strong and cunning shall survive. You won't be missed, trust me. Now hand it over.
Yeah, 3 against 1. I'm certainly gonna die. Are you gonna give me anything for it?
This isn't a negotiation. As much as I dislike ultimatums, I'm afraid I must stoop. Hand over the sword or die.
Well, just take it over my dead body. No. Basically, there's a couple ways to finish this. You could either fight him for it, which is probably the most effective method because you beat him, you get some items from his dead corpse. There you go. Or you could do the funny way. Well, I don't know if I call it the funny way. We could do it the mischievous way. Let me just get it out.
No tricks, though. I'm watching you.
You can give him a sword, and I mean that is one way to do this. It doesn't kill him, and he gets prestige. And there's still a way to get enough prestige. So that basically, the game gives you enough chances to get prestige to get there. But why give him that weapon? Like I said, if you don't want to spend the money, it's one of the best swords to give to Zalbar. So let's just give him one of the other swords we don't want. Obviously, if you don't want to get rid of these blades for some reason, like if you want to sell them later or something, then obviously go ahead and kill him. I'm just going to give him the vibro blade.
See? I knew you and I could work this out. I imagine I'll be rewarded well for this. You'll do fine, I'm sure. Another time.
Huh, he didn't even check it. He just took it and grabbed off. Moron. Well, hopefully he doesn't get punished for his lack of insight. Yeah, no, he'll probably be fine. But anyway, yeah. Okay. So now we have to get back to the academy, but I'm going to go ahead and load it up to a previous save point. Oh, excuse me. Man, problem with this time of year recording. Colds and cold weather are about. Apologies. I try not to sneeze right into the mic. That sounds gross. But anyway, so now let's turn in all our prestige. But before we do that, let's talk to someone first before we get on with the plot. Yeah, we're almost done with Korban, actually. That was pretty much it, the final kind of mini quest. Hey, Euthura, how's it going? I'm earning prestige.
I understand you have impressed Master Uthar at least a little. That is good. We are one step closer toward completing my plan. Were I you, I would not get too excited just yet. You still have plenty left to do.
Alright. Now, okay. Well, anyway, let's talk to her more. She kind of wanted to hold off before, but let's ask her a bit more about her past. You mentioned you were from Slaheyron?
I did. I also said that you didn't need to know more. Why are you asking?
I'd just like to know more about you, that's all.
I see. Very well. I suppose there's no harm in the tale. As I said, I was originally a slave to one of the Hutts. The Hutts control everything on Slaheyron, and a slave is nothing to them. I was determined not to be nothing. One night when the drunken worm had me alone in his chambers, I stabbed him and escaped the compound. I stole onto a cargo ship and was not discovered by the crew until they reached the next system. They left me for dead on a desolate planetoid, alone. But that was fine by me. I was glad to be anywhere other than Slaheyron. It was not luck that I was eventually rescued, of course. The Force was strong with me, though I didn't know that at the time. Not until the Jedi told me, that is.
You were found by the Jedi? Wow. No wonder she's part of Darkseid. She's part of a slave who wants to get back at her oppressors, basically. What happened to you?
I'd rather not discuss it. Perhaps another time. Is there something else you needed?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll talk about it later.
I hope to...
By that I mean we go into the next menu, back out, and then we talk to her again about it. Yeah, I could have done that a lot earlier, but at the time I thought I'd better get on with some of the story. But anyway, let's talk to her again.
Hello again. I trust all is going smoothly.
Oh yeah, we're doing pretty good. So, how'd you become a Sith? How'd you do it, huh?
I would prefer not to discuss that.
I really like to hear the tale.
Why? There is no point. Have I asked you about your past?
Well, you could ask me about my past. There's no harm in telling me. I just thought we could become, friends, or maybe something more. Bow chicka wow wow. Bastil is like over in wherever she's at. She's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm not flirting with random female Twi'leks."
Friends? We can be friends once Uthar is dead. Until then, a friend is a weakness. Is there something else?
Yeah, that's the problem with not having maxed
I
out persuasion. Let's see if I
Hello
can
again.
convince her again. Let's see.
I
Do it again. Like to get
Why?
a tail.
I see. You certainly have odd notions for one hoping to become a Sith. I'll play along, for now. Let's see. After escaping from Slaheron, I was found by the Jedi. They took me in and trained me, even though I was a bit older than most Padawan.
You were a Jedi?
Not really, no. I never progressed beyond Padawan. I had discipline, but no peace. And after my treatment at the hands of the Hutts, there was little room in me for the ways of the Jedi.
You sound very much like someone I used to know.
Yes, well, I imagine I am not unique. Things very easily could have been very different for me. I wanted to use the Force to free the other slaves I knew, to fight for what I knew was right. The Jedi restrained me until I couldn't stand it anymore. They claim the dark side is evil, but that isn't so. Sometimes anger and hatred are so deserved and right. Sometimes things change because of it.
But no, not always. Mostly it makes things worse.
Any failure to get the results I want is due to a lack of power on my part. That can change in time. As a Sith, my mettle is tested far more than when I was a Padawan. I know this may sound strange, but only my compassion stands in my way now. Once that is gone, let the slavers beware.
But if you lose your compassion, will you still care about those slaves? That makes a good point. How long before do you think? If I heard that, any Sith worth compassion, but yeah, would you still care about it if you lost your compassion?
Yes, of course. I mean losing my compassion, as in holding back. But enough of that. I have talked about myself too much. Surely you are tired of it.
Oh no, I thought that was interesting. At least it goes to show that you're not basically balls deep into Sithdom. You do it because you have a goal in mind, despite it maybe, well, the way to hell is paved with good intentions, but still. I'll be going.
Come back soon, my friend.
Oh, her dialogue's changed. Oh, nice.
Greetings, my friend. I do rather enjoy saying that.
Oh, well, it's nice to know you're my friend. But yeah, she won't discuss any more about that, but that's pretty much what we wanted to do.
Come back soon, my friend.
Now, there is, before we go to Uthar, there is a little side thing we can do with Uthar and Yathura. I don't know why it didn't pop up in her dialogue. Maybe I have to tell Uthuru about Yathura's, possible plan, and then tell her that I told him, and then I think she has him get poisoned because of that. But we're not going to do that storyline, or that little thing. I would do that if I was playing the dark side character, but we're not going to do that. But anyway, let's go talk to Uthar and get our prestige counted for.
Ah, what is this you bring me, Shardan?
It is none other than the sword of Ajunta Paul, Master.
Fool. All the trouble you went through for your deception, and you did not even make an effort to verify the sword's authenticity.
Master, what do you mean?
There is no place for fools amongst the Sith. Begone.
And Uthar kills Shardan because of his failure. Basically, this is why most people end up killing Shardan, because they at least get to keep that sword, and they get some items from him. But I wanted to do this just to show you that this is what happens when you give him a fake sword. He gets killed. So he dies anyway. No matter what happens, he dies. So, yeah. Anyway, let's talk to Uthar. So, sucks for him. All right, Uthar, let's turn in prestige.
I have found you to be most impressive. You are off to an excellent beginning.
All right, yeah, we could start telling about Thura if we wanted to, but we're not going to do that storyline because she's our friend now. Anyway, let's tell him about the renegade students. Perhaps we can convince them that we killed them. They aren't in the caves anymore, right?
Ah, the ones I ordered executed for their mutiny. It's done then.
Yes, they are all dead.
Indeed. We checked the caves and found only a couple of bodies. Perhaps the Chirac ate them. It is just as good, I suppose. The lesson is learned, I believe. Go now. You have done well, but you have not impressed me enough to declare you the victor. I have matters to attend to.
Alright, let's tell him more. We could give him the Sword of Agenta Paul, but luckily for me, I've earned just enough prestige from other things. I can see you could give it to him if you don't really care about the Sword of Agenta Paul, or if you're not using Zalbar, or if you're going to give him the better weapon, but I want to keep the sword just for prosperity's sake, so we're not going to do that. Let's tell him about the rogue droid.
Oh? I heard that the droid ran out and blasted off into the sky. We tracked it for a short while before it vanished from our scanners. What do you make of that?
I activated his self-destruct and he ran, but he is dead.
I suppose so. That would explain his disappearance from our scanners, certainly. Though I would prefer proof. Still, it shows innovative thinking.
It shows innovative something, that's for sure.
Shh, quiet back there, Jolie.
I am impressed. You have rid us of a potential nuisance. Go now. You have done well, but you have not impressed me enough to declare you the victor. I have matters to attend to.
Alright, now that we've done that, let's tell him about Jorak-Un, the hermit, that we found him.
Ah, my old master. Still, unless you bring back something of his, some writings or similar, I am unimpressed. Jorak's fate means nothing to me.
Anyway, well, okay, fine. Here's his tablet.
Oh, let me see. It appears my old master was busy studying the writings in one of the tombs. How interesting. I do hope you had to pry this from his dead fingers. Regardless, you have impressed me with your worthy act. Go now. You have done well.
There you go, skip that because he's repeated that again. Alright, and we got the last thing, the location of the prisoner and his weapon cache. You can also tell him about the holocron. Obviously, in this case, we gave it to LaShao. Unfortunately, she never gets like her comeuppance, and I don't think we ever see her again after turning that in. So, if you kill her for the holocron, I don't think you get dark side points for it. So, that's a plausible method as well. I'm just trying to do like non-violent methods or non-aggressive methods for the most part, just in my playthrough. But you can play it however you want. But anyway, let's ask him about that.
She did. Prestige is not shared, however, if that is what you were wondering. If you aided her, it was to her benefit, and not yours.
Oh, well. Anyway, last thing, let's tell him the location of the prison weapons cache, because we're not going to need it.
You do? That is most interesting. Where might that be?
It's hidden within a trapdoor in a ship.
How ironic that I recently had his vessel scrapped for parts, then. I had assumed it had been thoroughly scanned. Apparently not. Still, you have done well in bringing me information that others could not unearth on their own. I am impressed. You have impressed me enough, by my estimation, to become a Sith in full. Congratulations, young one. You have bested the others quite completely. You have but one final test which you must take, and this requires us to travel to the tomb of Nagasado in the Valley of the Dark Lords. I would advise you to be rested and equipped before we leave. Return to your quarters now and seek me out in the morning. When you return, make sure that you have all you will need, for you will face your test alone. Go, and may the Force serve you well.
Alright, basically what that means is, we won't have our companions for this section of the game. So basically, he's giving you a last chance to make sure you've got all your items ready to go, or levels, or whatever you need to before we talk to Uthar. So you can still run around, go back to your ship, go to other planets, yada yada yada. But as soon as you talk to Uthar, you're stuck till we finish Korriban. So obviously make a save point before then, or whatever. Let's talk to Uthura before we do, see if she has any last minute suggestions.
What are you doing here? Go back to Uthar and tell him you are ready to take your final test. Our moment is at hand. Go.
Alright, friend. Anyway, let's go talk to Uthar. Let's see. Double check really quick. Let's see. Gunner Mask, Strength Guard, Keldroma Robes, Adrenaline Simulator for the saves. Okay, not going to equip the blade. Don't really need to. Oh. Let's read the little quest line before we go. Master Uthar has been impressed enough to declare you worthy of aiding the final test at the tomb of Nagasadao. He has given you 1 night to rest up and prepare. When you're ready, return to him and he will bring you to the tomb. Let's see. These are active quests, right? Let's see. You and your rival shall work together to defeat a Tukata Mother Beast and recover an ancient but corrupt Jedi hologram. Lashao was assist and return to Uthar herself. Somehow you doubt that she will be sharing the prestige. I think I might have read that before. Let's see. Did I read this one before about... okay. I think that's it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I forgot to do this little thing. Huh. I'll do that afterwards. And I still got to do... So there's a few quests I still haven't finished yet. Alright. Okay. Let's talk to Uthar. I was just making sure. And basically every quest on our thing is pretty much all that's left in the game. There's a few others, but we'll get to that eventually. Those are mainly main quests, but... Alright, Uthar. Oh, that guy, Shardan's body is still there after sleeping at night. Do you have no Sith janitors? Do we need to call Roger Wilco from Space Quest?
So then, I take it you are ready to travel to the tomb of Nagasado. Your final test should not be delayed.
What is this tomb of Nagasadao?
It is a tomb that belonged to an ancient Sith Lord. The greatest of Korriban's Sith Lords, in fact. It is there that your test is performed.
What is this final test?
I will tell you the details when we are there, young one. You will, however, fight for your life. That is why I suggest you be in sufficient health.
Be at full level. Luckily, you have enough first aid kits, so we're good. Alright, I'm ready to go.
Then we go now.
And we leave HK and Jolie behind. Goodbye, goodbye, my slaves. We shall see you later, if I don't die. But we're the hero. We won't die. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's okay. We've only got like 2 powerful Sith Lords that are going to be in the same tomb behind us. But luckily we befriended one, so hopefully it'll only be 2v1. But we'll see what the tomb has in store for us. A day passes in preparation. Uthar takes you and you through it to the Sith tomb. Your companions are not permitted to join you.
Very well. We are now ready for your final test, young Sith. You have earned the right to see if you shall become one of us.
Indeed you have.
I dislike your tone, Uthura. What are you up to now?
Nothing, of course, my master. I was merely agreeing with you. Should we not get on with the test?
Yes. Yes, of course. We are in the sacred tomb of Nagasado, young one. The one discovered by Darth Malak and Darth Revan years ago. You are to follow in their footsteps and reach the ancient star map that lies deep within. There you will find a lightsaber, amongst other things. The lightsaber is for you, your initiation present. Return to us once you have it. For you, the test does not end there.
Be very cautious here. This tomb is like the others in this valley, and many of its old defenses remain active.
Do you understand what I have told you? Are you ready to begin?
I guess when they made the Old Republic MMO, they take a reference to this, because if you play one of the Sith classes in the Old Republic, you're one of your first... Well, it's not your very first test, but one of your end tests on the first area of the game is to get a lightsaber, so from a tomb. You basically steal it from someone, so that's kind of neat. Anyway, I don't understand. Why not just give me the saber?
If you do not strive to achieve something, then it will be meaningless to you, wouldn't you say?
I guess so. Can you tell me anything about what I'm about to face?
No, that is part of the test. Overcome the obstacles that lie ahead on your own.
Well, that seems kind of lazy. I mean, yes, Master. Can I leave the tomb?
You cannot. No one enters and no one leaves until your test is complete.
Alright, find the star map, return to the lightsaber, I understand.
Good. Uthura and I will await your return.
Well, now we're in the tomb of Nagasadao. We cannot leave until we get this lightsaber and find the star map. So killing 2 birds with 1 stone. This door is held close by some great power and cannot be opened at the moment. By that we mean the game designers.
Go and retrieve the lightsaber. There is nothing we can do for you until then.
Why is she doing the Force Persuade wave? That's, if you use Force Persuade in the game, you wave your hand like that, so that's kind of odd that she does that.
You must locate the ceremonial lightsaber and return here to us. Euthera and I cannot help you in this, young one.
I wonder what they're going to talk about while I'm gone. About me? Oh, I hope it's about me. Anyway, he says it's ceremonial, which means the lightsaber will be worthless. Oh, well. Uh-oh. Got some monsters in here. Raids, huh? I think we fought those on Kishi? Whatever. Good thing they're resistant or weak against my force. Well, not weak, but you know what I mean. Alright, let's force push again. Alright, that should, Oh, he didn't do any good damage to himself. Should be fine. Oh, there comes another raid. A World of Warcraft raid? Not quite. I guess I could have buffed before I started doing this. Oh well. I should be able to kill him with the second go. Mainly force speed is what you always want to buff with, so, but... Oh well. And I did give myself cure for if I need to restore some force points. Alright, let's go down this way first. Let's see what we can find in this tomb. Some skeletal remains. Datapad, credits, droid disruptor, and a med pack. We always need those. Let's see what the datapack says. Datapad. This datapad appears to be the journal of a Sith who obviously, or quite obviously, did not make it past this portion of his final test. Most of the journals consist of the Sith's account of gaining enough prestige with Master Uthar to take this test. Only the final entry appears to concern the test itself. It seems I need to get across the pool of acid in the central chamber if I am to complete my test here. But that is not going to be easy. The runes name one obelisk, the Pillar of Fire, while the other is the Pillar of Ice. I can only assume that one of the pillars leads to the way to the room of the acid pool. Fire or ice? Wouldn't fire create toxic fumes? I'm not sure. Perhaps freezing the pool would be safer. I'm more worried about that once I bypass this Tarantetic beasts. If I can. I suppose it's now or never. Uh-oh, so we have to fight one of those Tarantatics by ourselves. Right? Uh-oh, one of the Tarantatics. Okay, looks like we have to fight that by ourselves, so make sure you, Obviously, with me, this is going to be pretty easy, but, you know, for... Okay, we can save it there, because that's my other save spot. Okay, just making sure. Okay. Basically, make sure to buff up. I mean, you don't need to that much. Well, at least I don't at my level, but, you know. Alright, let's go after him. Okay, so let's do our standard tactics. Come on, standard tactics. There you go. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, God, there's a third one. Okay. Or a second one, sorry. Alright, this is going to be a bit more difficult. Oh, hey! Oh, it still stunned him anyway. Well, that works. Okay, let's see if I can get this stun the other one. Alright, that should stun him, or maybe, yeah, it'll take a few seconds, enough time to get some damage with my force speed. Oh, is my... Oh, my shield already wore off. Okay. Well, as long as force speed's still going, that's all that really matters for me. Alright, you're dead. Oop. Got poisoned. Hopefully we can just run away from his dead body. Alright. Oops. Don't want to do that. Let's go and force and speed again. Ow! This guy's kind of a dick. Okay, fine. I'll heal and then start force waving. Or not force waving. Oh, actually, why don't I force waving? Oh, crap. Okay, I need to heal. I need to heal big time. Let's go give ourselves a super. There we go. Why is this second version giving me so much trouble? Oh, my speed wore off. Okay. Huh. Usually I don't wear out of my my buffs that quickly. Oh, crap. Okay. Let's do that again. Man. Why are you giving me so much trouble, dude? I beat your other friend, like, really easily. Well, either way. Ah. Careful. Whew. Okay. Well, that was kind of dumb. I shouldn't have taken that much damage. Oh, well. Either way, we beat him. All right, well, never mind. If you're not me, make sure to buff yourself up with more adrenaline or the stimulants if you've got a decent amount. Shayla's journal and a Solari crystal. if I remember correctly, the Solari Crystal is one of the better crystals in the game, if I remember correctly. Oh, yeah, this is it. +3 damage, plus 1 to 8 physical damage versus dark side characters. +3 attack. Can only be used by light Jedi. Yeah, if you're playing a light side character, this is one of the best crystals in the game for you, other than the DLC. Or actually, at the time, it wasn't DLC, but unfortunately, on the Xbox, you can't get it anymore. I think on the PC, you can still download it through something, but yeah, not anymore. Anyway, there are many famous lightsaber crystals spoken of in the history of the Jedi Order, though none is as powerful as the legendary Solari Crystal. An artifact of true light side power, only those Jedi who are pure in spirit can wield a lightsaber equipped with this gleaming white gem. When the great Jedi Master Vauldemare initiated his life cycle change after 1,000 years of serving the Order, he bequeathed the Solari Crystal to his most promising student, a young Jedi named Sheila Nura. When Sheila disappeared shortly after the time of the Great Hunt, the Solari Crystal vanished with her. Apparently this is where she ended up at. Let's read the datapad and then we'll call it a day. This datapad is the personal journal of the Jedi Sheila Nura. Her last entry is particularly compelling. I have tracked the Terrantetics that ambushed us in the Chirac caves to this tomb. Oh, apparently she had survived the Terrantetic before somehow. But anyway, but even as I stand at the entrance, I know this is wrong. Dark thoughts fill my mind, hatred and vengeance. I cannot stop myself from blaming Gunhan for Duran's death. If he had not abandoned us, my love would surely have survived the Terrantetic's first attack. But my hatred of Gunhan pales beside my burning desire for revenge. My blood boils to destroy the creature that ended Duran's life, no matter what the cost. I know such thoughts are those of the dark side, but I cannot help them. Even the second set of tracks outside the cave cannot dissuade me from my task. One Terrantetic, 2, 1,000, it makes no difference to me now. The only image I see is that of Duran's broken body, and only blood can cleanse it from my mind. I hope my master will forgive me for what I am about to do. And thus ends the story of the 3 Jedi that went out to destroy the Terrantetic and find them. Well, not all stories have happy endings. Will we have an happy ending? Can we get through Naga Sadow's tomb and all the traps entailed and get to the ceremonial lightsaber and finally find the star map and save Bastila and defeat Malik? Or will we get destroyed by what's inside here, or will we be betrayed by Euthura or attacked by Uthar in the final confrontation? Find out next time on the next episode of Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. And may the Force be with you.